Eminem, Lose Yourself on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant.
Hello there.
But not Carl Pilkington.
No Carl, no.
He's gone back to Manchester, innit? It's better than London.
Yeah.
You don't know it, Manchester's better than London. Instead, Claire Sturgis.
Claire Sturgis, round of applause for Claire,
Thanks.
The posses,
Yeah, he's coming there in sort of the camouflage gear, and is that quite trendy? Is that what the kids are wearing?
It's funny. Someone actually mentioned that this morning.
Or are you on manoeuvres?
Yeah,
I am
exactly.
actually, taking time out this morning from what I normally do.
Sure.
I missed the second half, talking like that, of Celebrity Boot Camp.
I don't know what that
Coolio.
Is it?
The fella from Milli Vanilli.
What, the one that's not dead?
Eh?
No, the one that killed himself,
Sure.
Steve.
Okay. No, I just want to clarify for people. A lot of people don't realise that one of them is dead.
Right.
I thought it was important to mention it.
Actually, I didn't know.
I'll be honest with you, I hadn't thought it through.
No.
It was a piece of interesting Milli Vanilli trivia that I had, and I wanted to slip it in.
But it wasn't really trivia, because it was a question. You went, what? The one
Rick,
who's not
what
dead.
I'm saying, Rick, is I could have found a more tactful way of bringing up the death of one of Milli Vanilli, because I think there's a lot of people out there now upset, maybe Claire
Actually,
didn't realise.
people who didn't know.
That's quite a shock. I didn't see, I mean, I should have sat people down.
Who died? Vanilli or Millie?
I think it was Millie.
No,
right,
it's
okay.
Vanilli.
I don't know,
No, but
which
I
one.
didn't know.
that is-
I'm guessing.
What
Wait,
about
I'm not
that?
confusing Milli Vanilli and Scritti Politti, because I mean, that is a danger.
Oh, no, you're thinking of the fellow out of Grumple Palumple. He was amazing.
He was amazing. It's a great shame that he topped
Grumple
himself.
Palumple, they're not around this. Anyway, cool, we've got some great tunes lined up. We're gonna play today, our favourite singles
It's
of the
a
year.
favourite tune, some of which
Tune,
didn't
yeah.
quite make it as singles maybe, but tunes of the year, because obviously Christmas very soon, and we'll be away for a short time. And
I think next week we'll be doing our favourite Christmas songs of all time.
yeah, I'm worried we're not going to fill 2 hours with that. I mean, how many times can you play Shakin' Stevens before...
Fairy Tale of New York.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the only one, isn't it, really?
That's the best one. That's the best Christmas
That one's
song
good,
ever.
but obviously there's Joni Mitchell's The River, that starts with a kind of Christmassy
Beautiful,
feel.
beautiful.
I don't think if there's anything else. Not great deal.
The
so
Waitresses,
this
Christmas wrapping.
is that one?
Is that
Favourite
brilliant?
of mine.
Is that good?
Yeah,
So this is Christmas. John Lennon. Paul McCartney came out with Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
Christmas time, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
so John's was Happy Christmas War is over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course it wasn't, but,
Hey,
optimistic.
but I mean, at least he wanted
No,
to be.
he was dreaming of it. He was dreaming of it.
Yeah. That's, I mean,
and bless him.
And to show how much
I
he
don't.
hated
John
war.
Lennon's dead as well. I don't know if anyone's.
Yeah, no, they do.
Oh, yeah,
know
that's
that.
just another bit of
I
rock
like,
and roll
I like
trivia.
John's protest against war. He stayed in bed for a week.
Yeah.
I've been doing that. I've been protesting against war for ages.
Yeah.
I'm eating hamburgers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Against war.
Absolutely.
I just go into Burger King on the way here. I went to the counter.
But of course, that's not. I mean, not product placement there. And there's a number of other burger joints that people may wish to go to if
I'm
they
from
choose.
McDonald's.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly,
from McDonald's. But I went into Burger King because it's close. And I went in there.
It's convenient, but then often McDonald's will be convenient. I mean,
Convenient. McDonald's is just convenient. Depends where you are.
Just as convenient depending where you are.
And I said, could I have a cheeseburger and small fries? Take away, please. And he recognised me. He went, oh, I've seen you on telly enough, one, yeah? He went, there's your meal, sir. I went, thanks. He winked and went, I'll put large fries in.
Brilliant.
So that's
So,
the sort
but I
of-
love it's.
So it's paying off. At last, true genius is being rewarded
But I'm
by
just
the
intrigued to
burger
know,
joints.
because I mean, there's been a couple of times where I've been with you, and we've gone to a restaurant and someone's given you a free meal or whatever.
I
And it's the
know.
way that it's like you don't ask for it; it's
No.
just kind of offered. But I don't know what they're expecting in return.
Nothing.
I mean, do they
Nothing.
think that you'll go away and you'll always think fondly of Chad who works in Burger King?
I just think they think, oh, I don't know, they make
I'm
like
going to
the-
give him a little treat.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it, but then I'm always grateful, and I never.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm slightly embarrassed.
Did
but-
anyone around you hear what had happened?
No.
Because I imagine the resentment, just the whole room
No,
turning
they
on
didn't.
you.
I had to go around telling them.
Yeah,
I went. I said, "Excuse me, did you hear that?" He goes, "No." I go, he just gave me the free thing because I'm on the telly. And I went,
Yeah.
"I don't recognise." I went, "You don't recognise me?"
I'm terrified now that that someone could be listening at Burger King HQ. You know,
And
I'm
that
assuming
little
this
fella-
is an unorthodox procedure.
and
you
that
know.
little fella's got fired.
But we know they know it's Leicester Square now because I just mentioned it, so they know which Burger King it is.
Oh my god. I don't know.
What was his name?
Ralph Littleton. He had a name badge.
Yeah.
Number 342.
Well, I just hope Littleton doesn't get in trouble.
So,
you know.
what we're gonna play
That could be a
first?
sad Christmas for him. He's probably keeping his whole family afloat.
Bit of Springsteen.
Well, tunes of the year. I mean, I know people dismiss Springsteen, but as I say, the gig I went to see earlier in the year, I made it.
Sturgis
in
couldn't
the end. It
believe
was
we were gonna
quite
play Springsteen.
brilliant. I just think, you know, leave aside what you think is cool and trendy and the fact that he's older now or
Really?
whatever else.
Really?
Just leave all that behind
Yeah.
and just listen to the tunes because, you know, he remains a great musician. Let's play it.
Lonesome Day?
Lonesome Day's current single and it's the first track on the album. And,
Free chips.
absolutely.
That's brilliant.
The boss.
Do we care if it's trendy?
I don't care.
We're like Huey Lewis. It's hip to be square, Steve.
We should play some Huey.
Oh, we can't.
Can we?
No.
Oh, come on, the power of love.
No.
Oh.
It's a curious thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes one man
beat, makes another man sing. I don't know what's going on there. It's weird, isn't it?
It's strange.
Oh, flipping heck.
Yeah.
Springsteen there.
Yeah, no, obviously he's playing again next year sometime.
I bet even trendy people thought, well, yeah, it's all right.
But
yeah.
I mean, I
bet they wanted to rock. I bet they wanted to drive along a freeway.
Well, I think you've got to be hard pushed to turn over the channel if you're driving and that's playing. Who wouldn't want to be driving a car while that's playing? You know? Down an open freeway.
We are sounding. I know there's a little bit of irony in it, but we are sounding like Dr. Fox. Did you see? Did you see the final of Fame Academy?
No, I don't watch Fame Academy.
Foxy got in there. He was in the audience.
No.
Yeah, not enough being on Pop Idol. He was in there. And do you know who was sitting next to him?
Next to
in
Foxy?
disguise.
In disguise?
In disguise, he had a little beard and a woolly hat on, looked like a badly drawn boy. Mackenzie Crook.
Really?
And we had to, we taped it, yeah, and I went, it is, and we taped it, and he was there. So he's back from America.
Was it obviously a false beard?
No, I think he's...
Is he befriended Foxy?
I don't know.
Are they hanging out together
We're
now
gonna
on
see
the
him tonight. We're gonna see him
What
tonight.
was he doing in the States then? What was he doing?
He's doing a film,
yeah,
so,
Mackenzie.
yeah.
In fact, he probably is wearing a beard. He plays, we can't say too much about it, but he's playing a pirate, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we'd make a good pirate.
Yeah, exactly. So far he's been cast as a pirate and a ghost, which seems to make sense.
Oh dear.
So, I'll be probably pumping in for information about Foxy, because, you know, I'm a big fan of Foxy's, you know.
I know.
Both a DJ and a medical man.
I like the way that you got pumping and Foxy in the same sentence.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I loved him.
Calm down.
Did you just say you're going to see him tonight? Is it Comedy Wars tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the big
so
do,
exciting.
yeah.
You're going, obviously.
Yeah.
Of course.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
Very boring, I'm afraid.
What?
Very traditional tuxedos.
Tuxedos. We went shopping together and bought them. It's quite sad. I don't know. I should have said that. Lost a certain degree of rock and roll cool.
It was funny because I went straight in. I went 42 chest, 36, 30 leg. That's fine, right? Steve, I had to stay there looking at Steve trying about 9 jackets so the arms weren't too short.
Yeah.
I suggested at one point go down to London Zoo and see what the Gibbons wear because it's every single
those little jackets you see them wear when there's an organ grinder. Now, who's making those?
I want one of those.
Yeah.
6'9".
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Have you got the cummerbunds and things? You've got.
Well, this is the thing. My father phoned up. You know, I have conversations with my parents, which are always they'll phone up and it'd be like, "All right, how's it going? Yeah. What are you having for tea? What are you having for tea? Probably having a lovely. I'll probably have a spaghetti bolognese tonight, Dad. Oh yeah. What have you had, Dad? Oh, your mother just made a lovely lasagna, Steve. I mean, it literally, that's the conversation. It's like, yeah, I think every parent is just, they're just interested in food that you've eaten, food you're planning to eat, food you've enjoyed in the past, because they just want to know you're eating.
That is
And then, have you got enough vitamin C? Got enough vitamin C tablets? Because I can always send you some. I can buy them myself, Dad. I'll send you some. It's not a problem. Dad, I don't need to. So anyway, he says, what have you done? You know, and I'm trying to think. I think to myself, he'll be impressed if I bought a tuxedo. I say, I bought a tuxedo.
Will he like that? Yeah.
He said, you bought a tuxedo. Why didn't you rent it? I said, well, it was quite cheap. He went out cheap. Told him the price. He went, no, it's not bad, not bad. Elaine! You just bought a tuxedo! He just bought a tuxedo, Elaine! Yeah! He said, have you got a cummerbund? I said, a cummerbund. I said, do I need a cummerbund? He said, well, you're gonna be dancing?
Like he knows the
Like he knows, like he's some kind of, like, I don't know the man's ever worn a suit, let alone a tuxedo. What does he know about?
I love your dad.
Gonna be dancing? I just the idea of him being at some kind of do, and right, Elaine, jacket's off, cummerbund's on, time for a dance.
You know a cummerbund? Do you wear it over your braces then? Because those things are, because you're not wearing a belt, I assume.
No, you wear it under the braces, I think.
No, you don't.
Do you? I don't
wear
know.
it over it, don't you?
Over the belt, but braces is different.
There's no belt.
Well, no,
There's no belt in a tuxedo, is there?
No, you're right. No, you're right. It is over the braces.
Sorry, how many people tuned to XFM are worrying about the etiquette of
No,
cummerbund?
but this is important because of the Comedy Wars which is going on. It's live tonight.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Well, that's
But I'll tell you
why
this, Rick, I tried on the tuxedo I bought yesterday, I got a new shirt as well. I look like James Bond. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, I do look like James Bond. I look exactly like him. It's uncanny. It is uncanny.
Really? Because the bloke in there said you look like a lanky streak of piss and I looked good.
No.
No, he did.
Because as you were walking out the shop, he called me back in and said, you know that
I know, that was for show. That was for show. Because when, the very last time when you were definitely...
He said you looked like Oddjob. He said you looked like Oddjob.
No, he said
you looked like Blofeld.
He said when you were definitely on the tube, he said
you looked like Blowjob. He said you looked like
freaking streak of piss with a stupid gingery blonde hair.
He said you look like a combination of Blofeld and Oddjob. You look like Blowjob. He said
He is a lanky twat.
He said Blowjob.
Richard Ashcroft on XFM 104.9. That that's in the top 5 for me, the singles of the year so far. Well, yeah, we're talking about, what are we talking about? Comedy Awards, your dad, Cummerbund.
My father's Cummerbund.
I'm sure it is over the braces, I think.
Yeah, well, if anyone knows that, if anyone knows the kind of, rules.
So, are you actually wearing one?
Rules.
Are you actually wearing
a Cummerbund? Well, I asked him, he said no, he said don't bother.
No,
but then
bother.
I'm thinking, what if I dance? What? If I do some grooving later?
You shouldn't.
Why not?
Well, I've seen you dance
Don't
before.
give me that.
No, no.
Don't give me that.
No, wait. It's not that you're not a good dancer.
That dance you did in the office, that's your best dancing.
No, it's not that you're not a bad dancer, it's that I've seen you hit people in the face with your elbow.
So there's always going to be casualties.
Actually, Rick,
if someone's busting a good move, it's murder on the dance floor.
I've danced with Steve.
Have you?
At one of indie discos at Uli.
There you are, you've never forgotten.
And he's good. He's
I am
alright.
pretty good, aren't I? Yeah.
He is
I'd say
actually
the only problem is because I'm so tall.
Because
I'm so tall, I do tend to tower like 2 foot above everyone else, and that does make me look slightly
freakish.
I wasn't going to use that word, but I can see where you're coming from. Yeah. So I do feel slightly self-conscious.
Why don't you hold them? Why don't you carry them when you're dancing with them? So they're...
Well, no, but the thing is because
then you could dance with Jeanette Cranky and still not look too weird.
Sure, but
that would be weird, wouldn't it? You holding Jeanette Cranky and dancing with her. Would that be weird?
I think we've all had that fantasy. But, what I tend to do is because I'm conscious that everyone is can see me and that I'm sort of, I'm quite visible on the dance floor, what I'll tend to do is maybe dance on any kind of podium that they might have in some of the bigger dance clubs or, any kind of stage. I just get up there, bust some moves. Yeah. Because then it's like, I may as well put myself on public display. Yeah. Rather than just people think
because then you're going, look, I know what I look like.
Yeah, I know how great I look. No, because it's, that's your opinion if you don't think it, but that's again a lot of jealousy. I mean, a lot of what you say is jealousy.
He went for the normal shirt, I went for the wing collar. I just thought I might as well.
I do like a wing collar, actually, yeah. What about a proper bow tie? I went a bit berserk. I even bought, Union Jack cufflinks, because it's the British Comedy Awards. Nice.
You know what I mean?
Who's hosting
more money makes sense. It's brings to mind.
Yeah.
I mean, you're earning so much cash now that you don't know what to do with it, aren't you, really? I mean, I don't know what it is you're spending on, but yeah.
I said how much, I said not expensive enough.
Exactly.
I said I'm gonna give you an extra tenner. Is it true? Talking about, when his dad, said that, and then you told me something that I find amazing.
Oh, well, the thing is, it's Christmas, obviously I've got to go back to Bristol. I love seeing my family. Well, yeah, I do. But it means I see my grandparents, who are, brilliant people. I mean, lovely people, but mental. I mean, utterly mental. And, they've taken now there must be sort of 80 a piece. And it is quite an old age, but they're fairly good health, relatively speaking. And, they just spend their time in bed. I mean, that's all they do, that's their profession, they've retired to go to bed. And they spend all the time in bed. I tell you what they're like that old they're like all that old family in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, none of them had got up for like 25 years.
Yeah.
And
you said that they go to bed and they go to sleep, but then when they wake up, what they do is put an extra pillow, so they're slightly more upright, and that's them in the day in bed.
That's their daytime thing.
But they get up and cook and stuff.
What they do is they've got about 6 teeth between them. I mean, my grandmother needs false teeth, but refuses to go and have the old ones extracted and the false teeth fitted. So she's working with about 3 or 4 teeth. Oh. My grandfather had false teeth given to him during the war.
Wooden ones?
Well, it was plastic teeth on a wooden pallet, right, that sits at the top of the mouth. He's still got the wooden pallet, but most of the teeth have come off. So there's about 4 teeth left, 4 false teeth. He's got a set of false teeth that make him look like he needs false teeth. I mean, that's pretty bizarre. So the problem is that they have to get up. They get up about 7 in the morning to put on, say, some beef or lamb, whichever they're going to cook. They put it on at 7 in the morning, so that by the time they eat it at 6 at night, they can use the phrase, this is what a good meal is for my grandparents, if they can use the phrase, oh, that's lovely, you could suck it away. You could suck it away. Who wants that from a roast dinner? You may as well blend it up and serve it as a broth.
I don't want that phrase coming from old people without teeth.
No, indeed.
Because it must remind you of your rent boy days.
Exactly. It brings it all flooding back.
Oh, God. Flooding's the word.
Exactly.
Should we play a record before we get really disgusting about your grandparents and blowjobs? That is the worst thing
we've said the word blowjob far too many times today.
And in the same sentence as I can't believe.
Anyway.
And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't forget what Christmas is about.
Come on, there a fault for the underprivileged people?
Yeah.
Steve,
is it Ben Queller? Do you want to play
love a bit of Ben Queller. I don't know, are you a fan?
I love him.
Yeah, well, this is a cracking tune.
Okay.
And, and I think we'll enjoy that. Let's just
slam dunk it.
Why don't we just stop and think about what we've done? I'll tell you, they do spend so much time in bed that they actually, I'm sure War will have to sing Ben Queller, in other words.
That's fantastic. That ending is, oh god, it's like Ben Folds 5 bit of old Elton. That's great.
You had him in session, didn't you, Claire?
Yeah.
Did you meet him, or did you? Because he's quite young, isn't he?
He's very young. He came in about 6 months ago to do something for John Kennedy, and also a session for me, and I repeated it this week as a best of the year sessions, because he did 3 songs, stunning stuff.
It's just him and the piano, was it, or him and a guitar?
It was just him. Yeah. Him with a couple of instruments. Stunning. And also he did a Dingwalls gig for XFM listeners, and the reaction from the listeners phoning up trying to get tickets was incredible. It really has touched a nerve.
Yeah.
Well, like you say, Ricky, I mean, it's really...
It's great.
Well, I just think we were talking, there's a kind of lack of music that sort of seems to be making use of instruments and and just the sound you can make with a piano and a guitar and drums. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's so invigorating, and you get kind of stuff like, you know, the Streets and whatever else, or, you know, kind of hip-hop and stuff. And I love the fact that a lot of, pleased to see Miss Dynamite on Top of the Pops last night using a live band. Really it really made her whole sort of R&B sound really exciting.
Better than the other one. Yeah.
Anyway, that's us being Muso.
That's us being terribly Muso, I like
that.
That's
us being Muso for the year.
That's enough of that.
Well, we are playing our favourite records.
Well, it's nice to be able to talk sensibly without Carl interrupting with some gibberish. You know? I mean, bless him, bless him.
I don't see it as gibberish.
He's probably listening on Sky or something.
Yeah, 864, channel 864, or around the world on xfm.co.uk. Get that in.
Is that what you have to do? What do you do today? You just go into the website, do you?
Go into the website, and click on...
I never get things like that to work on my computer.
Or you can go and check out the webcam, obviously, and see me in my camouflage gear.
Yeah. But you won't see you, will you?
You won't see me, no.
Now, so what do you do? Just go into the website, and what does it say? Play live online?
Yeah, listen live.
And it's just like listening down the phone line?
Yeah.
I sound like I've come from the 1950s,
yeah, exactly.
don't I?
You've come from the 19th century. What's this?
I'm not very, I was going to say something then, but I can't.
Can we just very quickly, before we move on, because I'm getting very excited about the Comedy Awards. Now, I know what you're wearing, and you've got a table with all your mates there. Is Jonathan Ross doing it again?
Yeah, that's why it's my favourite.
And,
I hate awards. I do honestly hate them, but, this is actually an event because it's Jonathan Ross. It's just...
Well, because I'm talking to someone about it, and I might mention it, before, but we did an award ceremony. We went to an award ceremony last year where everything was sponsored by corporate groups, you know, by businesses or by, you know, different. It was a kind of, everything was sponsored. And I swear to God, the pudding was sponsored by Electrolux.
Yeah.
And I'd never eaten a pudding before sponsored by anyone. And it was, you know, it was a very odd affair, that. I thought that was very strange. Because it seemed as though corporate people had paid for a table so that so when we came out, someone came on stage and said, well, we've got a lovely number, a wonderful collection of celebrities here this evening.
Oh, God,
do you remember that?
And it was, please, be upstanding for your chairman, Tom O'Connor.
Yeah.
We were made to give Tom O'Connor a standing ovation.
We had to stand up so we could give Tom O'Connor, former presenter of Crosswits, a standing ovation. We're talking about the cream of British, TV talent, giving him a stand-up. Not that he doesn't deserve it, I'm sure he's a great entertainer. But I think, Sir Cliff was there, wasn't he?
Seen the back of the stage this week?
I don't want to talk about it, it's too embarrassing.
Why?
Tom O'Connor's on there, thanking Mel Young, the BBC, for giving him a part in Doctors.
Yeah.
I love that. He had to take out a whole page. So sweet.
He obviously spent the fee being paid for the show. He's just so pleased to be back on TV.
It was, what, an advert? He said
a whole page thanking the BBC for having him back on telly. But we're laughing, but it's going to happen to you in about a year's time.
Exactly. Oh, God.
Anyway, I just want to know, bad behaviour. Who do you think's going to behave badly this year? Because
I don't think anyone.
Had, you know,
well, we had the
Barrymore and Clary.
Clary, the fisting, and Barrymore throwing his monitor.
That was funny.
It? The Hearn, what was she? Oh, she's had
there's not any of the kind of. There's not really any sort of. There's not really any kind of wayward people at the moment, is there, in showbiz? In terms of entertainment comedy, there's no one who sort of seems to have a drunk or drugs problem.
I'm worried about Ricky.
Sadly,
I'm worried that something might take hold. The devil may care.
No, I think he's very careful. He is a bit careful. Yeah. He's so.
Too tired.
Yeah,
too tired. Shout and scream.
You have been kind of coughing and wheezing throughout today's show.
I had a fight, didn't I?
Oh, we should talk about the fight. Yeah, we can't give out the result. We can't give the result out on the fight, but...
No, I've got a cough. I just got a cough again.
Got a bit of a cough?
I'm scared I'm allergic to something. What if I'm allergic to, I was worried today that...
What if you're allergic to wheat?
Oh no, well that'd be terrible. But I was worried, what if I'm allergic to my cat?
Get rid of it.
Oh no.
Well, it seems that easy, but...
Well, it is that easy. Throw it out the window. That's how I sort out that. I'm not a trained doctor, but that's how I sort that one out.
I just like to apologise for any,
But they always land on their feet, don't they, cats? So that'll be fine. And it's got 9 lives, so if it lands on a spike, it'll be fine.
Oh, don't. What happened to me?
Because you can't laugh, because of the fight and the ribs.
Oh, yeah.
Because you took quite a I have to say, though, that, I remember we were talking on the radio about what Ricky should come out to for the big match. For those that don't realise, Ricky at Christmas, there's a TV show on. Ricky, I don't know why, even to this day, why you agreed to do it.
Nor do I.
But, he's doing a celebrity boxing match, fighting, and he was described at the beginning of the fight, Rick, I don't realise I don't know if you know this, he was described as entrepreneur, Grant Bovey.
Well,
husband of Anthea Turner. I don't know what that means exactly.
Well, he does bits of business, I assume.
Businessman.
Sure. Yeah. Businessman, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But, Arthur Daly
what was I described as?
Yeah, you were described as I think funny man?
Oh, right,
He might be something like that, or a comedian and actor. But Ricky came out to, Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J.
Nice.
I don't know whose suggestion it was, I think it might be mine, but it was, blinding. And I noticed you were really, it was ludicrous, really. You came out in the shorts, you had the,
Well, I was acting up.
I know, but
they were going, don't you laugh, all my corner, and I think I overdid it, didn't I?
Well, he was kind of prowling around the ring, staring staring Bovey out and staring the crowd out.
So embarrassing.
And kind of looking really, but of course he's got this ludicrous beer belly. Do you know what I mean? So it looks like Johnny Vegas is like
I was meant to do.
Yeah. And Bovey looks quite a sort of athletic guy.
He's really
so he
fit,
looks like he could actually be a boxer.
But did you have like I'm obviously they're filming it for telly. Did you have the production crew saying, right, stop, cut, can you just do that, throw that punch again?
No, it was a real fight.
They just let them go.
I think people are going to be surprised. I think they're going to see it's a real fight.
And I tell you, it's unpleasant. I mean, it's actually an unpleasant thing.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what Carl said, because Carl was there, and he said to me, I can't do his accent. He went, oh no, it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice.
No, it was, although I have to say, I was really kind of riled up by it. I mean, I've never been to a fight before, and I just was like, come on! I was like, smash his face! I was really shouting, I was just going crazy.
Shouting for me, though, were you?
No, I was shouting for, then I just decided to try and freak everyone, so I was shouting, kiss him! Snog him! Lick him! Ask him out! I was shouting that in a vain attempt to throw someone, and, it was extraordinary, but I tell you, I think you'd be better off, like, if they sort of brought back wrestling. Wrestling from the 70s, like Big Daddy and
like Mick McManus.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that you've got more the physique for wrestling.
I think I'm too young for wrestling on British television.
They were always about 65.
I think they're 58, one of them, Les Keller.
Yeah, but the outfits are fun.
Oh, they get, a bit too tight, weren't they?
Yeah, and it was always that kind of shiny, whatever preceded lycra.
I know, with just a little winkle showing.
Little winkle.
Little man with a little winkle in their tight shorts.
Why were you looking? Oh, I've done you.
Oh, play a record.
I've done you. I'm not. Well, answers, please.
I'm not one of them.
You're not looking at mine now, are you?
Yes. Those are the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're still going strong.
Oh, indeed, yes.
That's one of my favourite tunes of the year.
You enjoyed that? Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
these are all mutual. We love them all. We're not
absolutely,
really. We're not annoying each other by putting in songs the other one doesn't like. We're like a team today, isn't it? I think that's the Christmas spirit. I don't know what it is.
We've come together. We're sort of unified. Yeah. Yeah. In the absence of Carl.
Yeah.
Who often divides us. He often comes between us.
Does he?
Like, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what it's like. It's like a child. Like, it's like we're a married couple and he's sort of our autistic child or something, you know, and sometimes it just puts a strain on the marriage. You know, and we all three of us love each other. You know.
Because he does love you guys.
Yeah, exactly, but sometimes it's hard.
I hear him talking about you in the office sometimes, you know. He looks up to you, aspires to you too.
But it's times like this because of, to be honest, the baby Jesus, that we realise that there's beauty in everyone and it's all right.
Yeah. Exactly. He's never had that before.
No.
Well, I have to say that I'm really getting into the Christmas spirit. when I was younger, I didn't really enjoy it. I was quite cynical. I was quite, rock and roll. But now I'm sort of, I walk in a department store and if there's one of the old, chestnuts are roasting on an open fire, which that classic tune, or any of those.
One of those old boys that stand outside the British Museum.
Right, yeah.
Right, you mean the tune, yeah.
You know, that one, or, how does it go? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire?
Chestnuts roasting on Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
But I can't get enough of them. I love it. I'm in the department store, it's frosty outside, it's warm in there.
Have you ever roasted your chestnuts on an open fire?
I have never done that. No, I have not done that. I have not done that.
Just backing up to it, like that, with your little chestnuts hanging out like a bulldog.
What would you be wearing? You'd probably just, I imagine you'd have your dressing gown on, you'd just hoiked it up,
just
slightly,
pull it
so your
up,
arse was showing.
Pop them down, like, tuck it in like a lovely lady.
Yeah.
So like a lovely lady from the front, but behind, it looks like a, you know, a bulldog dragging a tree.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just pop them in the grate.
Yeah, yeah, and you would, because you want to be careful of too much roasting, so I imagine you'd want to just kind of ease yourself in slowly.
Lightly toast them.
And if it feels too hot, get out of there. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
You know, that's, if any kids are listening, try that.
No!
What?
No.
Like there's a kid thinking, yeah, I'm gonna roast my chestnuts on an open fire. I don't think there's even a child that's doing that.
I don't want someone to do it and then the parents go, and Steve Merchant's, told our children to do it. We're probably we're probably in trouble now because of that.
Where's the kid gonna find an open fire like those? I mean, it has to be the sort that they use, those kind of barrels. It can't just be open fire at home. That doesn't count. That's just stupid. If you're gonna do it properly.
Dear. Oh no. We're having such a nice time there.
We've lowered the tone. I'll tell you what'll perk us all up though. Richard Anderson has emailed us. Sticky Anderson.
He's loving the show, is he?
Well, I don't know if you've heard this, Carl. Carl, I've called you Carl.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm Claire, pleased to meet you.
Is it the shaved head or the stupidity?
Yeah. It was the k sound. Because didn't I call you Arthur or Jack or something last time?
You called me,
I can't remember.
I don't know, but it was quite embarrassing.
Claire, I'll be honest with you, Claire's quite an unmemorable name.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Dickie Anderson, he's a guy, I'll be honest with you, he's not a big fan of the show. But well, we're getting to winning round. He says, dear Ricky, the more disappointing your show becomes, the more I seem to look forward to it. Now I see your face plastered across London. Is your show some sort of curse put on me by an old gypsy woman I've annoyed? You know, good point, Dickie, but,
Dickers.
But Randers, as I call it.
Yeah. He can't listen now, I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's tucked him in, he's backing into the fire as we speak, and he wants to roast them until they spit. Oh dear. Thanks for listening, Anders.
It's a Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year.
And as you know, you got a lot to look forward to, because our first hour is always the best.
That's exactly
so you're going to be loving it till 3, cockers. Oh dear. What should we play?
Well, this is, every so often I get sent, a CD by a friend of mine, Harry, who, just sorts me out with tunes that I may have missed.
That's such a good idea, by the way.
It is a great idea, and, this is one that, I think it came out this year, it's a Teenage Fan Club, and they teamed up with Jad Fair, and I think it's a mixed bag, the album, apparently, but this is one of the good tunes on it, Near to You.
I'm afraid your CD isn't working. Oh, no, it is now. No. Oh, it's not me, Steve. Honestly, it keeps
Claire,
stopping.
It looks like it's you.
No, honestly.
You're pressing buttons, you're fiddling with buttons.
No, look, it comes back again, look.
Right, you can't play that.
Look, I didn't touch it.
This never happens when Carl's here.
It does.
It does, you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll swap it into another CD machine, and can we play Oasis?
It's another one of my favourites. The Oasis Back on Form.
Yeah, Rick, I'm not discrediting the tune, I just feel like...
Oh, Steve's not.
No, it was a good hour. It was a good hour of radio, and it's just been cheap.
Actually, you're right, it's just gone 2 o'clock, and already...
Yeah. Starting to fall apart.
Well, this doesn't
bode well for the Comedy Awards,
This is a good anthem, this is a good Britpop anthem. Old Noel back on form with the old singer-songwriting. This is Little by Little, an Oasis. He's a giant. He's like a giant, isn't it? And he's a giant, and he starts off little and gets bigger.
Little by little, he gets
little by little, but bigger by bigger, I'd have called it.
Yeah, well, that's what makes you, a genius.
Award-winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oasis, Little by Little.
Little by Little, do you want to explain who you are?
We played some great tunes. I'm Ricky Gervais.
No, I'm Steve Merchant, and that's Claire Stewart, just standing in the car park. It's XFM 104.9.
Yeah. And,
playing the great tunes.
What was it on Sky?
Oh, channel 864. Ricky, people are saying they can't see on the webcam. You just stick a leg up or something, just so that's his foot.
Was it just on you, is it? Oh, because most...
But they can't see me because I'm in camouflage, so it's not a very interesting picture.
I got a wave, there you go. Yeah. Does anyone log online?
I don't know how does the webcam look? I've not ever seen on a webcam. Is it just kind of, because normally aren't they kind of really sort of, jarring and stuff?
Does it take pictures like a digital camera?
It's every 15 seconds it updates.
Right, okay.
You get a still picture.
Is it right? I see. Okay.
Right. Oh, it's still pictures, is it? I didn't realise that.
Yeah, every 15 seconds, yeah.
So they can't actually see, you know, like, if I was to bust some amazing dance moves.
No, they
would just see.
Well, if you did it every 15 seconds like you move, they could then print them off and do like a flicker book.
That would work.
So they could see,
amazing.
They could see doing windmills and, you know, really,
King Tuts.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, scissor kick.
I'm running out of steam now, Steve, a bit tired.
Are you?
So I've got 15 minutes to do, so we better think of something to say or
well, I genuinely was going to ask you, because obviously Christmas is approaching and I've not even started to think about Christmas gifts. I don't know how you're getting on, Claire.
I never do.
But, because Claire, you're aware of what Ricky bought his family last year, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know, I am, because he told me and I've completely forgotten.
It's extraordinary. It is extraordinary. I mean, how much thought and planning went into it?
Right, I was pressed for time.
How many kids were there? How many people were there?
This is it. I've got a big family, okay? Well, not big, but I mean, they've got lots of kids, so I'm sort of youngest in my siblings, and so they're, you know, they've got kids ranging from like 30 to babies, and there's about 15 of them.
And you buy them all?
Yeah, I'll try and get them. Try and get them all.
Nice.
So what
is it? Wait.
So I got a lift down. And I thought, oh, what can I get? I thought, oh, I can't just give him the money.
I'll stop you there straight away, if I may.
What?
You notice he's on the way down for Christmas Day.
Oh, right, so he's on the... Oh, right!
He's on the way down. This is when he starts... Boxing Day. So this is when he starts to think about buying them a gift.
Yeah.
On you go.
So, I was getting a lift, and, Matt was giving a lift down, so, just before we got there, I just ran across the road to the 7-Eleven, got 200 quid worth of scratch cards.
Scratch cards. Bear in mind, I think you were describing the family then. I noticed, some of them you described as babies.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, children?
Yeah!
You're giving the children the gambling cards.
But that's lovely. I give them 10 each, so they could have won thousands of pounds. A lot of them were disappointed when they won nothing, but I said, kids, that's the gamble.
That's the risk you take when you receive a gift from me. But the great thing about getting,
some of them won. Some of them were laughing.
But the great thing about getting kids hooked on gambling as a Christmas gift is it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Throughout your adult life.
It gives and it takes.
Exactly.
So it's fair.
I didn't hand them to children. I handed them to the parents.
Right. They chose to do them.
They could distribute them as they wanted.
Sure.
So what are you going to do this year, Ricky?
But how are you going to top that?
Yeah.
300 quid worth of scratch cards. That's got a bit of money now. A bit more.
It's the most thoughtless
and The Office on DVD.
Gift I've ever heard
I think they might be getting The Office on DVD. Signed.
So that's already sent it up in value.
Oh dear. I know, that's pretty bad.
So have you seriously considered it this year?
I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go shopping properly. Yeah.
If you want any help, I am the queen
of shopping. Didn't you take a small roulette wheel down there, wouldn't you? Genuinely, didn't you buy like a roulette wheel?
No, I had it. That's down there from when I got it when I was about 10.
Oh right.
And sometimes I'm the banker. I always win.
Yeah, of course.
But they've got to learn a lesson. The banker always wins. I bet it's a valuable lesson when they lose money to me.
You should just go down this year and just say, basically, I went to a casino. I put £10 chip on for everyone. Exactly, yeah. Here's the winnings. You lost. You won.
Yours came in. Yours was a donkey, love. Yeah.
But Steve, what about you then? Because I mean, you don't like shopping.
Well, it's not that I don't like shopping, it's that I've got no ideas. You know, I'm running on empty with my parents. They don't appear, as far as I can make out, they don't appear to have any hobbies.
No.
I mean, I said before, my grandparents...
You don't like wasting money. I'm not being funny, but you don't like wasting money either, do you?
Well, I don't like wasting money, no. But I like to buy something practical for people. I like something which is gonna last, something that's value for money. I don't like novelty gifts.
Yeah.
No, I think novelty gifts are wrong.
I've mentioned to you that my grandparents spend all their time in bed. So there's only so many kind of, you know, sort of bed socks you can buy, you know, and ointment for, you know, bed blisters and so on before, you know, you run out of ideas.
What about some of those novelty teeth? Because that would be, you know, a nice jokey present, and they could probably come in useful for chewing the broccoli.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, do you know what would be nice? One of those... No, I'll tell you when. No,
go on.
Those sort of travel pillows. So you know when you're travelling and your head sort of falls down. Like
but they travel from vertical to almost horizontal.
They're sitting up in their bed.
Get on one of them beds that come up. You're not made of money. What am I talking about?
Like Thora Heard's bed. Thora Heard's bed.
Does her feet ever touch the ground now? Do you know what I mean, though?
No, it's literally...
She goes shopping in one of those little trolleys. She goes straight into her room. She's up the stair lift. She gets lowered into the bath.
Yeah. It's
terrible.
ludicrous. Lazy. I mean, I tell you that, but I mean...
Well, there's a whole
but yeah, but that, if you're earning the kind of money that, you know, that Heard is on, you know, with her songs of praise and whatever else.
Under the sofa, exactly. Money for
she was at the Comedy Awards last year, wasn't she?
Well, I'll give her an award. She's up the stairs like a greyhound. She can move then. Yeah.
But so I've got no ideas, absolutely no ideas.
Okay.
But any suggestions are welcome, Claire. What are you gonna get your family? You've already thought this through.
Well, I know I obviously can't tell you because they will be listening.
Right.
But they're all outside at the moment because my family are coming to meet me after the show and we're gonna swap presents then because,
okay.
Outside.
Are there any Office
in Leicester
DVDs?
Square? No, I haven't.
Books?
No.
Because I should point out that the Office DVD is currently available. Yeah. Good,
I actually did go and buy. I actually went and bought it myself.
You also buy it
and
online.
I am enjoying the scripts, by the way.
Excellent. That's in. I love the fact that we're authors in the top 10.
Yeah, we're in the top 10 bestseller list.
No. But to be fair, we're at number 7 in the paperback non-fiction. Now I don't understand how that can be non-fiction.
Yeah.
Because it's the transcript from a made-up television
it's not a real
show.
documentary.
Exactly, yeah. But we're beating these poor people.
But we're officially best-selling authors.
I think that's fantastic.
Which is excellent. Which is very good.
My favourite bits are the emails at the start. They are like
well, I mean, a lot of people don't know what you're talking about, Claire, but of course if they pop down to Waterstones or Books Etc, they can sort themselves out there.
Oh, dear.
Nice. I like your style. Can we have some more music now?
Let's have, what plays? So Streets, maybe? I mean, Streets is obviously one of the albums of the year, and this is one of the
album of the year.
This is Week Becoming Heroes, I think the last single, and Dynamite it is too. Eric Sermon, and what's the tune called there?
It's called React. Yeah, React. From his debut, no, his 4th solo album.
Not bad.
I'm enjoying the tunes, Steve.
No, absolutely.
I'm enjoying the chat, I'm enjoying the tunes,
I'm keeping it real.
I'm enjoying the penultimate show before Christmas.
Last message from Anders, I suspect, for the day. He says, I've just roasted my chestnuts over an open fire. It's a lot more enjoyable than listening to your show.
He's
pretty snappy, is Anders.
Yeah,
you know, he keeps them coming, you know. It's a shame that, you know, that we sort of couldn't sort of maybe meet up with him and try and persuade him that, you know, he should come over to our side rather than, you know...
Come over to the side.
Exactly.
Yeah, come over to this side.
I think we've got him though, because
Do you think so?
Yeah, apparently they did this survey in America. People who loved Howard Stern listened to an average of like an hour and a half a week, and people who hated him listened 2.5 hours a week.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think he's probably more faithful a listener
yes.
than some of the people that quite like us.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got to listen, I'm the same with some people, I've got to listen to things that I just think are awful, I can't. You know, it's compulsive viewing. So, you know, I don't care if people listen to us because they hate us or like us.
No, indeed, as long as they're listening.
I was on the
as long as they're spending money on the advertisers.
Other day, yeah, I was on the tube the other day, and obviously there's lots of pictures of you guys, and there's a young couple. And the guy was trying to explain to the girl what you did, and he said, "No, you should check them out. That they do quite well, actually."
Really?
That's very sweet.
Why was he explaining to her? She didn't know what was happening, or
I don't know. I sort of, as I walked by them.
Are you leaving out the fact that she went, "Oh, I hate that bloke"?
No, not at all. No, because I would say that because that would be quite.
He had some Germans laughing at him on the tube because he recognised him. You don't think of that.
Well, because obviously Ricky doesn't travel on the tube anymore. He's too rich for that.
I never did. I always thought it was beneath me.
Sure, but
they used to walk everywhere, didn't they?
But I'm still forced to take the tube, and sat on the tube, and it pulled up, and outside the window, just happened to be on the station, was one of the posters with us. So I was kind of there, not realising it was behind me, and these big kind of fat German or maybe Bavarian guys.
Well, they're in lederhosen eating sausages.
Yes, they were.
They're Bavarian.
Yeah, they were. And I noticed one of them kind of looked at me, then looked at the poster, then looked at me, just happened to say it, and wittered something to his friend in German. You know, I don't want to try and do an impression.
That's freaking goggle-eye.
Oh, whoa.
I think that... No, but I know what you're thinking it means. It doesn't mean that.
Right, okay.
It means...
What's a rough translation?
Elegant boy.
Right, okay, yeah. And so anyway, he pointed...
goggle-eye.
He pointed out the poster, and his
That's
mate...
lanky piss and streak.
And his mate burst into laughter. And then we pulled
they've got a great sense of humour, the Germans.
Well,
that's the thing.
But we rumbled onto the next, we rumbled onto the next station, and the poster was in exactly the same place. And this time they tapped the shoulder of someone else on the train and pointed me out, and that person also laughed.
An Italian? An Italian bloke, yeah. There was a French, was there a bloke with a beret and a little moustache on the other side?
Yeah.
Was it did you get on the United Nations Express? Just to, oh, imagine that.
Yeah, it was faintly
seen a freak? Look at this freaky goggle eye.
Right, whereas, I love the fact that before, you were at least pretending to be speaking German. Now this is an Italian with an accent. It's just a guy speaking perfectly good English.
Same.
You've not even disguised the insult there.
Oh, dear. Oh, that'd be lovely.
Try and insult me in other cod languages.
You could bring Europe together if they just, like, instead of Esperanto, that there was just one common language. The language of freaky goggle eye.
I'll tell you what would bring the Europe together, is you, maybe representing England on the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh. That would be great.
With a self-penned tune.
Shall I do that?
That would be magnificent. It's got to be worth thinking about.
Just about everyone being the same.
Yeah,
and,
just
like,
about people being equal.
Everyone,
and also mentioning the euro. Yeah.
Yeah. Just doing that. I like all different cheeses.
Oh, je t'aime la musique pop.
Yeah.
La baby belle. Et le cheddar. I mean, I'm not fluent in French.
Le grand fromage.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it? And they'll all be there, all in their different.
Well, every line could be maybe in a different language.
Yeah, and what would I wear? I'd wear sort of like a kilt.
You'd wear a kilt, but you'd also have on your head one of those kind of big, what are they called? Those big furry hats that beefeaters or whatever wear. Or
yeah, one of them.
Is it kind of a busby or something? A busby?
Yeah.
Wear one of those, or maybe a policeman's helmet.
That'd
be Bobby's helmet with the kilt.
Yeah.
He'd have the clogs.
I'd wear the policeman's helmet under the kilt, so they just thought I was really enjoying the show.
Yeah. Good idea.
Hey?
Excellent. We've talked, well, I think we talked for about 3 minutes without having to mention some kind of genitalia.
We should celebrate by playing one of my tunes of the year.
Really? What one is it?
U2 Electrical Storm.
Oh, I know you're a big fan. I know you're a big fan.
Good choice. Well done.
Cheers. Electrical Storm, U2. I think that's my favourite of the year. If I had to pick one. That's great. And I do still feel slightly guilty about dissing them throughout the 90s. But, you know.
Don't feel guilty if you didn't like them, did you?
I like the 80s stuff, I didn't like the 90s stuff. I'm loving what they're doing in the noughties.
I think you're a bigger man than them, frankly, for being able to admit your past mistakes. I think you're better than Bono, despite all his charity work. Yeah. You're more of a noble figure.
Yeah, stop bothering the Pope, he's busy.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Rick, my mother always used to say to me that you should write and thank your aunties and so on for their gifts.
Yeah.
And, I feel like we should take a moment out, just to thank all the people that have emailed or written into us during the year, because basically, we're very lazy men and we never reply.
Well, I never look.
You never look at the emails.
You read them and I go anything from me and you go.
I reply very occasionally if I think it's worth it.
You're like my secretary when it comes to you protect me from, like, people who...
The insults and so on.
Yeah. Are there any insults, are there?
Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty, yeah.
Do you have to protect him, really?
Oh, God, yeah. There's lots of things I don't tell him. Lots of things I keep from him.
It's not very nice. I thought... Right.
Well, he's just not as popular as he thinks he is.
Oh.
He thinks that when he's, like, dancing around and making funny faces and squawking and making noises and stuff when we're filming, he thinks that everyone thinks that's enjoyable.
Yeah. What, people think I'm quite an annoying little prat, do they?
That's not the word they use, but you're near enough there. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they didn't say prat, but, you're on the right lines.
Okay.
For instance, we got an email here from Graham. He says, please stop the chat and let's hear some more great ads, as I'm still not sure what mobile phone I should get the wife for Christmas.
Well, maybe this'll help you out.
Just having fun with the webcam.
Sorry. We're just playing with the webcam.
The webcam's an absolute treat.
That is a lovely picture.
There's a little picture there of Steve on it.
That's lovely.
Right,
that keep the ladies happy.
That was Feeder.
If I know them.
Great. Yeah, no, that's one of my favourite tracks of the year as well.
Feeder, you've enjoyed that?
Which is what we're doing. God, it's gone quickly. It's only quarter of an hour to go.
Yes, indeed, yes. Carl will be back next week for our kind of Christmas, bonanza. I say that, we've got nothing planned. There's no reason why it should be a bonanza.
That'd be nice, yeah.
But so we'll play some Christmas tunes, and, no doubt Carl will have some kind of festive, game for us, maybe, or a festive, some festive trivia.
A couple of new games. I mean, he's struggling with Rockbusters, which we've missed this week. Educating Ricky, he thinks there's nothing out there. All he could find was a parrot and a dog in a car wash.
Yeah, you can't find any more interesting
Still
stuff.
a little bit upset that we told him about intelligent crabs and, babies forcing their way out.
Yeah, we stitched him up last week by telling him some what we claimed were facts.
Oh, because I was out shopping, so I missed it.
Right, yeah, well, you know, you can
he sort of believes anything that's weird and wonderful. And we just made up this story. So I said two bodybuilders, got married and, she had a baby, but it after 6 months or 7 months, she was in bed asleep, and she woke up in terrible agony where the baby, where it had born, the bodybuilder, had forced its way out of the vagina and was pulling her along by the umbilical cord. And intelligent crabs and stuff like this, and he was genuinely disappointed.
Yeah, that they weren't true.
But he came up with a new idea. What I'm gonna do is tell him 3 things.
Yeah.
One of which is made up and ludicrous, and 2 incredible facts. And it's called, That's Ridiculous.
Brilliant.
So he has to go, number 3 is Ridiculous. It's a winner.
Yeah.
Carl always comes up with the title first. You don't have to work the game show out from the title.
Have you started work on That's Ridiculous yet?
No, I've thought of a couple of things.
It is great. It's so much fun to say, isn't it? Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's Ridiculous. You're correct. Basically, it's like Call My Bluff, isn't it, really?
It's not unlike Call My Bluff. It's not unlike Bluff.
It's unlike Bluff.
Certainly, you've,
So, yeah, we've had Oasis, Streets, we've had U2, we've had some cracking tunes. Can we get away with playing Nelly?
Hot in Here? I think it's a cracking tune, I really do. I just think, again, you know, I'm not interested in what genre you think it fits into, or whether you think it's cool, or because kids like it, you're not supposed to like it. It's a good tune, and I think we should try and stick it in. But before that, Rick, could I just play one track? We did play it much earlier in the year. It's from that album, Son of Evil Reindeer, by a band called The Reindeer Section, and this is a cracking little tune. I just think it's beautiful, and nice to hear it.
Oh, beautiful, marry it then. Oh.
Nice, isn't it? Very Christmassy.
It makes me want to wish everyone a happy Christmas.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, do it.
No.
No, okay. That's called Grand Parade from the album Son of Evil Reindeer by The Reindeer Section. It's a nice tune. It's one of my favourites of the year.
By the way,
not
Steve.
at all, no, that's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Claire, just big highlights of the year for you as a final roundup? Sort of things have you enjoyed this year? I mean, musically maybe, or maybe stuff you've, you know?
I've enjoyed that band, The Music.
Okay.
And The Rapture.
Sure.
And the Electric Six. Remember last time I sat in for Carl, we played Danger High Voltage.
Yeah.
Like one of the first times.
That was the first time I'd heard it. You played
that. And now we're playing it every hour.
Yeah, because you're sort of a pioneer, aren't you, musically on XFM? You're one of the people who keeps it pretty raw.
the early days of Idlewild. Ricky, do you remember the early days of Idlewild?
I'll take that back as well. Teasing you about them playing the Pinder and Wakefield stuff. That latest single I love, and the video's great as well.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Idlewild now.
You'd
no, great,
brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a good year. I haven't been out to many gigs, obviously, because I do the evening show. But you know, all the sessions which I'm doing the best of next week. Quick plug for the show next week. Best of the sessions. So it's been good year.
Low points. What do you?
Low points.
Do you know what mine are?
What?
Poverty and war and everything.
Oh, I always hate it. I always hate it.
No, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
No, you were gonna say.
I was gonna say.
No, you were gonna say the streets or something, and and you didn't care about the people dying. So don't try and do it now.
I'm thinking specifically.
You're nasty. You like that. You like poverty. Oh, you like poverty and starvation. Play a record.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
What a
near Christmas time.
What a horrible.
You hope kids go lame?
You're evil.
That's terrible. That's a terrible thing, Nelly, hot
cheeky little bit of Nelly there on XFM 104.9. We don't care. Springsteen and Nelly, you don't get that on XFM, do you?
No.
Usually?
No, indeed.
We don't live by the rules, Stu.
Absolutely. As I was listening to you then talk...
You got bored?
No, it reminded me of an email that someone sent in, saying that they listen online, but, because of however slow their computer is or whatever, it kind of stutters all the way through.
You've got to point out that is the way I talk.
No, but they said it only happens when you talk. And, I think they've correctly identified that it's not the computer at fault.
Well, that's why I was worried about doing this boxing match, because I've definitely lost my looks, and I already slur.
Yes.
So there was really no danger of any damage.
No, exactly, yeah, you do sound punch drunk constantly.
Exactly,
but that's just part of your charm.
Well, listen, that's been a lovely 2 hours for me. I've enjoyed it. I hope the listeners have enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope Sturgis has enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it, yeah.
Well, I didn't really care if you enjoyed it. Don't butt in when I'm talking to Steve. You know, you won't
here
do
to press the button, Sturgis.
But we're going to play now a Christmas song for the lovely Christmas ladies.
I don't say it's so much Christmassy, but it's one of the tunes I heard this year that really stuck out for me.
Thing, so.
Well, year four, you've embarrassed yourself. You've just shown up that there's no planning. This is I was given away on a free CD on the cover of a magazine. I just think it's brilliant. It's a Lamb Chop, who are an excellent band always, doing a cover of an obscure Rolling Stones tune called Backstreet
a bloody good meal as well.
True enough. So we'll leave them with this. It's Backstreet Girl, Lamb Chop, and see you next week for our final festive show. Yeah, thanks very much. Embarrassing. It's something embarrassing, thank you.
I don't want you to be